Start the video?
Welcome.
Oh, God.
Cut.
Hello, everybody, and welcome. Today, I have my husband with me again. Today, we wanted to talk about some of our thoughts on DVC, otherwise known as Disney Vacation Club. Disney Vacation Club is basically Disney's timeshare program. It's like a timeshare.
It's got better benefits than a timeshare, if that makes any sense, I guess. You get discounts on food. You get discounts on merch.
So depending on who you are, a lot of people feel that DVC is not worth it. We have recently come to the conclusion that we feel DVC is worth it. We're just not ready to pull that financial trigger. But we want to get DVC because we feel as though there's a certain candidate for DVC. Do you plan on going at least once a year? I feel like that's a big thing that people need to understand, is that you need to get your money's worth. And if you look at the pricing, I'm not going to dwell too much into it. If you do the math on how much it would cost to stay deluxe, because that's another thing, if you like staying deluxe, which we do after one stay,
it's the way to go.
Prices keep going up every single year, and let's be honest, a $600 and up room per night is insane.
It is insane compared to what Disney tickets and prices were 10, 15 years ago.
With DVC, you're basically purchasing a piece of real estate and you're locking in that price. Now, given you have to pay a monthly premium, is that a right word to use? You have to pay a certain amount
Especially
every
like a mortgage
month.
or just a loan, basically, that you're paying into it every month.
Overall, when everything is said and done, after you've paid every month and then the dues come out, you're basically paying for a Disney trip, if not maybe a little bit less. But also, if you go more than once a year, I just feel like it's really worth it. I'm a huge Disney person. He loves it too. It's just, I almost feel like I like being at the resorts just as much as the parks too. So I feel like that's also why we want to get DVC. I don't know. I get excited about the resorts and seeing new resorts, and the fact that you can get villas, I think, is a huge game changer that we have yet to experience.
Yeah, I'd say that was like a big thing for us when looking around, because we went around Beach Club villas and we went to Riviera's villas. Just right off the bat, a villa just seems like the way to go, especially if you're a family. If you go alone, like with just your family, like we have 3 boys, I feel like that's just perfect. That's the most ideal way to stay. Your standard rooms at anywhere you go, they don't have anything. You might have a coffee maker and just a cooler, or a chiller, not even a cooler. It's just a little thing to keep your drinks at like 40 degrees, chilled. There's no refrigerator, there's no dishes, there's no nothing to actually sit and enjoy, make a meal, and save some money, obviously, so that you're not blowing everything on a $10 churro or, $12 hot dog.
You can order the groceries to the resort and then make your food that you would typically make at home there. You'd be saving so much more money.
It would be perfect to literally order groceries, meal prep your meal for your stay, so that you have a breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Do that the first day, because usually the first day when you get to, at least for us, when we get there, it's a chill day. Villas are a way to go for DVC, and I think that was our biggest reason for just wanting it alone. Also, not to mention a separate bedroom.
I was just about to say
we're separate from the kids, and obviously, like anybody else out there, you don't want to always be in the same room. Like, we have our privacy. We would like our privacy, so our kids can have their little section, their little areas, and then we can have our bedroom for, us. And
right, because let's just say you get home from my home. Let's just say that you get home from the parks, or maybe you just came back from dinner and the kids are tired and they knock out. Typically in a Disney room, you would have to be hush hush, right? The lights are out. Once the kids are out, basically you can't really do much. At least if you're in a villa, you can put them in their room, or you can go to another room, and it's not necessarily the end of the night already. That's what I feel like is
separate TVs,
huge.
Separate sleeping areas. You have the bed. What is it, a queen in the villas? It's a queen, right?
I think so.
So, yeah, queen, and I'm pretty sure there's another queen that's out in the other area for, like, the kids.
It depends.
It depends on where you're staying, but everything comes fully furnished, which is nice.
And they did a lot of refurbishments lately, and the new Polynesian Tower comes out later this fall in 2024, which I am really excited about. So the next thing that I want to talk about is would we consider buying resale or direct? I know my answer, but I want to know yours.
Well, I think it depends on, honestly, it just comes to what you want. Like the new Polynesian Tower. Do I want that direct? I don't know yet. It hasn't come out. But obviously, if it was a nicer resort or nicer living arrangements than like Riviera's, I might consider direct. Because you can't buy that. You can't buy that resale unless someone obviously buys it and sells it. The resale ones make more sense, and that's why I would go to resale. Cheaper. I'm literally in between. I can't say one or the other. I would say resale because of money, but with all the benefits that you lose buying resale, makes me want to go with brand new. Buying a brand new contract. But that brand new contract comes with a high price point. I'm all about like getting my money's worth. So if I buy resale, I lose a lot of my money's worth.
Where I'm at with buying DVC, I probably the more impulsive one of the two of us, but I would want to buy resale first. You can have both. I've heard to buy a low amount of points direct and then buy more resale. There's a lot about DVC that we're not going to get into because it is like a whole thing. Like I'm not comfortable explaining some of the things about DVC yet, but I would want to buy resale just because you get access to so many of the resorts that have already been there before the Riviera. So one thing I will say is if you buy a resale Riviera contract, you cannot use your points towards any other resorts, I'm pretty sure is what it is. And that's huge. If you want to stay at more resorts, more DVC resorts that Disney continues to put out throughout the years, I mean, these are like 50-year long contracts if you buy them direct. And the Riviera just came out. So if you buy a resale contract from the Riviera, you can only stay there. You won't be able to use your DVC points anywhere else. And I think that's huge. So I would never buy a resale Riviera contract. I think I would buy a Saratoga Springs one because that's one of the older resorts. And so the cost per point is cheaper. Yeah. So like if we ever needed to buy more, it wouldn't cost an arm and a leg. Because right now, if you look on the DVC market for Riviera, Grand Floridian, and Aulani, it's like a $60,000 contract. And
Aulani's so beautiful, though. I want to go to Aulani so bad.
I want to go too, but I don't want to buy DVC there because we probably won't go often.
That's not like
and the Disneyland Hotel. That's another one that's up for sale because that just opened. Depending on what the Polynesian looks like, I am interested in buying direct. The benefits of direct are you get access to the DVC lounges. I think they have cruises that are like specific to DVC members that they throw out every once in a while. And then you get discounts you get like the DVC discount on like food, merchandise, whatever. And I'm pretty sure with resale, you don't get those benefits that I just listed. For me, that's not the end of the world because I heard that the DVC lounges are like, oh, cool. Okay, we're here, but it's not much.
Well, we can use direct. If we buy direct, we can use those points for any other resort.
Yes.
Any other DVC resort, but not the other way around. If you buy resale, you can't use those resale points, that resale contract.
Anything that comes out after the Riviera.
Yeah, so you can't use it for anything new.
So that's just kind of the pros and cons that we've been weighing. It's hard too because with the high cost of DVC direct right now, you're paying like, what was it, $500-$600?
Yeah.
Because we would need like ideally 250 to 300 points, and I'm not going to explain that. If you don't know, you're going to have to research that because it's hard to explain. It took me a while.
Disney has a calculator for you if you go to their website. So it'll ask you how many is in your group, who do you travel with, what time of the year do you want to travel, and where would you like to stay? Like here, there, and then you just kind of choose that. And based off of what you select, it'll let you know, okay, you need 150 points. You need 300 points.
Whereas if you buy resale, the monthly payments could be like $200, $300. And that's like...
If any of you guys have DVC, feel free to leave your, opinions and, thoughts down below. We'd love to read them and see them. Because, again, we're on the fence, about it. Just trying to figure out if direct is the way or if resale is the way.
I think it'll end up being both. I think we'll end up getting both a direct and a resale. The resale just so that we have more points.
That's called compromise.
Overall, that's our thoughts on DVC. Just wanted to talk about that, put it out there. I'm hoping in like the next year or two we can pull the trigger on that, just because Disney just keeps getting more expensive, and I would love to just have a firm price to put in, and just be able to stay in those deluxe accommodations without paying deluxe prices. Places like Grand Floridian and the Riviera, some of the rooms are going for like $1,000 a night, and I think that's insane. That's insane. That's a whole nother person's mortgage or rent, and that's a night.
Yeah.
I don't want to do that. Thank you guys so much for watching. We will see you in the next one.